What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jalen N.
Your girl Raven.
And today we are reacting to Chapter 1's Gods and
Monsters.
Monsters, DC Studios. This is James Gunn giving us a rundown of what's going to be happening in these next couple of phases for DC. Now, we not really big DC consumers.
Not saying that they've had anything bad. We
Right.
just prefer watching Marvel. But we don't
Yes.
hate DC.
Like, Marvel
It's
Marvel
just-
is Marvel.
It's lighter.
Man.
I feel like DC is just very dark.
It is. It has a more darker tone, like a more gray tone, whereas Marvel is a little bit light, but the dark kind of surprises you in that light. So it's a lot more subtle. And look, for me, when it comes to DC, I love the cartoons a lot better than the movies that they put out because the movies have not been done their rightful justice.
But if you guys want to have like a little debate, Marvel versus DC, please feel free in the comment section.
Listen, but be respectful about it.
Please.
Share your own opinions respectfully. You don't gotta trash or bash one side or the other. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but on that note, please help us by helping you subscribe and hit that post notification bell to stay up to date with the latest and greatest. Comment down below what other videos you want us to react to. And last but not least, if you guys want to see the original video, link will be in the description down below.
Let's get into it, guys. Hopefully you're having a good and productive day. We
Ours
are
is just getting started.
just getting started. So
hey
let's
everybody,
get it.
I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are...
Oh, okay. So he's basically saying like
They're trying to have everything tied together.
tie together, yes. So this
Like
is why
one
they were
monster.
hired. Okay, I respect
That's
that
good.
he's coming in saying this is what we're gonna do now.
Like with Marvel, they have a timeline.
Yes.
And they all that's what he's trying to do.
Yes, and the TV shows also connect into most of these movies. So it's very important that we have that. DC basically realized we need people that are really good at tying things together to help us get back on the track. So awesome. I like it already.
consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt...
Superman.
So Superman, Henry Cavill, please say that you're, because I did see something on his Instagram that he had announced that he was gonna come back, and then another announcement saying that he wasn't.
Yeah.
Like right after.
They don't have plans for him. They might be going with a young Superman. I don't know what's happening. Like a young Superman origin story. I don't know, but
I don't know. But Henry Cavill, like,
he's probably one of the best Supermans that I've grown up to
he's my
see.
Superman.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
and he looks like him, like the
Out of
iterations
everyone,
out of everyone, yeah.
Reeves Batman or Todd Phillips Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC
Titans Go,
Elseworlds outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love, that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along...
I heard about Blue Beetle, but I thought that was like fake.
Kind of
like
a rumor. Yeah, like a fan made, oh, this is how I think it should go and all that stuff. But you know what?
I was actually doing it.
Yeah.
He was a cool character.
And I feel like maybe it's because I wasn't in touch with DC, but I feel like they kind of just released movies just to release them. Whereas Marvel had a structure.
Yeah, they're trying to stay. Not that they're not relevant, but they're trying to stay in the trend.
Yeah, and you have to, because if not, you're going to lose your fan base and they're all just going to go to Marvel because they're just going to say, all right, why am I still watching this? Y'all not progressing, y'all not getting anywhere, so it makes sense. But the way that Marvel did it with, your Iron Mans and your Captain Americas, getting all those single movies out and then connecting them at the end into the Avengers movie, that's the formula I like to see. We get to learn about these characters and then they just come together.
Yeah.
Whereas DC, I felt like
we already knew who they were.
Yeah.
Like
from the cartoons. For the most part, we knew.
That, but comics. Yeah.
And the comics too. But you also have to think, when they made the first Justice League movie, Flash didn't even have his own standalone movie.
No, but neither did Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg didn't either. They just got thrown in there. So it's like, we know them, but who the that was a lot of people's backlash back in the day. So
No, they fixed up that Justice League movie.
oh
Okay.
yeah, the Snyder Cut. Yeah,
We're
You're
talking too
Along
much.
with
We
a
don't
group of
just-
very talented writers, have
We'll get
started
into
to
it.
map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film,
8 to
television,
10
and
Yeah.
game. This first
Yeah,
chapter
but they
is
might
called
not
Gods
write it
and
until-
Monsters. Now,
Right.
this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project
Okay.
is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The
Wow.
next project
that's
up
cool.
is
That's
Waller.
really cool.
This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola
Oh
Davis.
yeah.
Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time
Okay.
doing it. And Superman will be released into
Okay.
theures July 11th,
I believe in him.
2025. Okay, the next thing
I
is
believe
a
in
big
him.
premiere
26.
HBO television
I believe in
series
him. He
called
has to be the one that writes
Lanterns.
Superman.
This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based
Lantern,
TV
white.
show,
Okay.
which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look.
I like the way it's drawn out.
Yeah. It's like
It's very clean.
the encyclopedia we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want anyone else touching a Superman movie but James Gunn, because I trust James Gunn out of everyone at the DC studios, because the only good Supermans were the Man of Steel.
Yeah. The ones that because I remember seeing the one before that, before Man of Steel. But
And I don't even remember. I think that was Superman Returns? No. Can't be.
no.
Whatever Superman that was. Yeah.
I remember watching it, but I
Right.
like Man of Steel a lot.
A lot better. Way
At
better.
superheroes.
Especially the tone.
We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira,
Oh.
which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the
Okay.
inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison.
We're finally getting a Batman and Robin
I
movie.
know. Wait, yeah.
Oh, this one's gonna be good. This
James.
movie's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really
James, you better be the only one
watching
touching
you.
this.
good. We're watching you.
Don't you mess this up, please.
Great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster
Okay.
Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents. Whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. James, Mr. Gunn. So you know what? I understand a little bit more him like signing that contract, that 4-year contract with DC to kind of get them back up and running. Like this is something that's been tied to him as a child. So you know, it's one of those things where I'd rather die knowing I did something this way than not knowing that I been missing out on an opportunity. So
he wanted to see, because like a lot of these characters, right? I don't know DC. Like I only know like the surface of like the known characters.
Like your Supermans, your Batmans, Flash, Aquaman. Whoever was a part of that Justice League, that easy to pick out. Martian Manhunter, the guy that was green, and But going deeper into those characters,
we don't know other characters.
Anyway, but yes, all we know is the surface level characters. Yeah. So getting deeper into these characters is going to be interesting. I believe in James Gunn because if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the third one comes out this year.
Yes.
If you liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you're gonna like what he comes up with. And I think especially when he's more, I think people are at their best when they're more passionate about a project. So I believe this is probably gonna be DC's like turning stone.
I think so too.
You're getting someone that's passionate, and that's not to say that the writers that they had before are not passionate. I'm just saying this is someone that
he has a vision. Like he has a plan for years.
Exactly, and now he's taking over the Superman project, so it's like you know it's going to be in good hands because that's he literally said that's something that he wanted to do. So
that was a lot, but I think we're ready.
I think we're definitely ready. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time to give DC another chance. Okay, y'all play with us, but it's time. Your Batman with Robert Pattinson wasn't as bad. I still love my Christian Bale.
Yeah, he's my favorite too.
He's my favorite Batman. I understand that they're in two different parallels, whatever you want to call it, but that's my favorite Batman. So, but Marvel. I'm not gonna lie to you, this phase better be good. Because a lot of
Marvel?
Yeah. No. I know. Watch. Marvel. DC is coming. And a lot of people have not been liking the phase. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos about Marvel going down this path, and it's not a good path. Now, don't tell me Marvel becomes what everyone saw DC as.
That would be a
whole turnaround.
Let's do a wraparound.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of video essays talking about Marvel, not living up to expectations. This phase was lackluster because Black Panther technically ended that last phase.
Yeah.
So Ant-Man starts up the new one. Or was there something I'm missing? No, Ant-Man starts up the new one. So Marvel, y'all better get it right. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything else you want to say to that, or?
No, I'm actually very curious about Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle too, because like you said, how people be making these fan edits, you be thinking, oh, this is not actually gonna come true. So now that it is it's starting to become a thing. It's gonna be really interesting to see.
I know him from Justice League, like the storyline.
Oh, I know. Yes,
that's where I first saw him.
Yes, and then the Injustice game you played. You see.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you said Injustice. Okay, I thought you said Justice League. Okay.
No, but I'm ready to see his storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to see the Superman movie, but then I'm also curious about which one was it? The Academy.
Oh, yeah, yes.
One of the very first ones he mentioned.
Yes.
It looked pretty good too. They all look good, honestly.
But I'm curious with the Superman legacy, because I'm not really too keen on knowing Superman and all that stuff. I know of him, but I don't know too much. Is it gonna be a young Superman, or is it gonna be?
He looked younger.
He did look young. So in that case, this leads me to my next question. Is he? Who are they picking? Who are you picking to play young Superman?
I'm sure they'll pick someone good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Listen,
we got years though.
In James Gunn, I shall trust, but we do have years because they said 2025.
Yeah, I'll be 26.
Yeah, I'll be 24.
Oh my god.
Golly.
Damn.
Golly. My Kobe Bryant year.
I'm gonna be 26 in 2 years. If you think about it, right? Just how math works. I'm 23, gonna be 24. It's
scary, yeah.
It's very scary, actually. I'm not ready.
But damn, you old. But anyway, listen. You said about everything you wanted to say for the most part?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
It's gonna be interesting. Listen, I think DC is finally getting their head straight a little bit, and I think that there's gonna be a direction.
Yes, they're gonna get more recognized.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be
trying to hit the boxes and stuff.
Right. Not that DC isn't recognized, but I feel like they get scrutinized way, 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 way more than Marvel did before this phase. Before this phase, everyone undoubtedly said that Marvel was in the front seat, the driver's seat of like the superhero stuff. So now I feel like with bringing in James Gunn and whoever else they brought in, this is going to be a different change of pace.
I think so.
It's going to be interesting to see. So, listen, if you guys are excited, let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know what is going to be your favorite project to watch from DC. Comment.
Please hit the subscribe and notification bell
to stay up to date with the latest and greatest. And if you want to see the original video, link will be in the description down below. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
You said
See you.